2 weeks, that's all it took to change everything. I packed my bags and headed to Niigata, not just for the breathtaking landscapes, but for something uniquely Japanese, a driving campus. These intensive training programs are a staple in Japan, blending precision, discipline, and tradition into a system designed to turn students into confident riders. This wasn't just about learning to handle a big motorcycle. It was about immersing myself in this uniquely Japanese approach to mastering the road. From the strict schedules to the meticulous attention to detail, it's an experience unlike anything else in the world. In this video, I'll take you through my journey at the driving campus in Niigata, the challenges, the breakthroughs, and the moments that made me truly appreciate not just the art of riding, but the culture and dedication behind it. My journey to Niigata began at the heart of Tokyo, boarding the Shinkansen. The ride itself was smooth and seamless, as you'd expect from Japan's iconic bullet trains. Arriving at Niigata station, I had some time before my next local train. As I stood on the platform, something magical happened. A special train called Kairi rolled in. It was unlike any train I'd ever seen, with beautifully designed interiors that seemed to blend luxury and tradition. The station's staff waved enthusiastically, almost ceremoniously, their hands moving until the Kairi disappeared into the distance. Everyone on the platform seemed connected in that moment. Travelers, staff, even strangers like me. And then, without warning, I felt a wave of emotion. Something about that shared humanity, the simple yet profound act of connection, touched me deeply.
皆さんどうもおはようございます。テシチャンネルようこそ。今日はですね、なんと合宿生活が始まります。大型バイク、を目指して、なんと今日から2週間ほど合宿生活が始まります。
We were picked up by a shuttle and drove 10 minutes from the station. At reception, we completed paperwork and paid £1,100 in my case, which covered 14 days of accommodation, cleaning, over 30 hours of driving lessons, up to 4 exam attempts, and 3 meals a day. After that, we attended an orientation where the funniest rule was to pour any leftover ramen soup into the toilet.
こういろんな説明を、すごく丁寧にね。
One of the rules of the campus was a 10 p.m. curfew.
頭が痛くなりました。7-Eleven がありました。
Lunch on the first day wasn't included, so I stopped by a convenience store and got some salad and soba. This was also the only time I food shopped at the supermarket.
くるみとカランベリーの入ったパン、バナナ、パン、なんか割引いっぱいあっていいなと。あとはコーヒーめっちゃ安かった。これアニンドフも割引。パイナップル、なんかフルーツと果物。あとは新潟だからさすがに甘酒。
Let's go and check out the food hall. In the whole accommodation area, you always need to wear slippers. So I always had to take my slippers off, put them back into the locker, and wear my normal shoes to go out. Konnichiwa, yahoo!
ありがとう。
あのね、いつも
いや、やっぱ緊張するしね。
今日バイク何時
2時から。
ショート券。
もう一人がなんで落ちた？
もう一人ね、エンスト何回もしちゃったの。
行きましょう。
いただきます。
I quickly made some biker friends.
もう撮ってるし。
今日は元気？
元気じゃない。
音は？
待って、これカメラ絶対。
Now I'm gonna go for my first driving lesson. 20 minutes before the beginning of your class, you need to make sure to get a driving ticket at Shaken from a provided machine. Once reached the driving area, you need to put your documentation into a specific hole of the desk. The school provides protective gear, but I was using some of my own one and my own helmet, but the helmet is also provided, and you have to wear a number jacket. My first instructor was incredibly mean, a textbook example of power harassment. From the very start, he spoke to me in a way that felt condescending and aggressive, clearly because I'm a young woman. He got angry before I'd even made a mistake, shouting at me while the motorcycle wasn't even moving yet. By the end of the lesson, I was holding back tears and crying silently in my helmet. It was such a demoralizing experience, and it felt like no matter what I did, he was determined to put me down. It made me question why someone with that attitude was even teaching in the first place. But luckily, the instructors changed at every lesson, so it became better and better.
いや、2日目は全然違いますね。友達も仲間もできたし、海に来て全然違います。
And when I struggled, I reminded myself of how it all started. It began with a friend, a force of nature wrapped in leather and courage. She didn't just change the way I saw the world, she shattered it and rebuilt it piece by dazzling piece. Watching her ride was like staring at freedom made flesh, wild, unafraid, and untouchable. And somehow, being near her made me want to burn just as brightly. We rode together once from Milan to London, through the aching beauty of mountains, the whispering fields, the pulse of cities, and the monotony of endless highways. It wasn't just a journey, it was a baptism by asphalt and sky. The world opened its arms to us, vast and unyielding, and for the first time, I felt like I belonged in its embrace. But that trip wasn't about landscapes or landmarks. It was a mirror. She held it up, and in its reflection, I saw a version of myself I hadn't dared to imagine. I admired her, not in a shallow, fleeting way, but with a depth that defied language. Oh, respect. And something deeper still. A pull that made me want more. More from life, more from me. Getting my license was never just about the bike. It was about stepping into that fire she carried so effortlessly and learning to carry my own. It was about chasing the freedom she embodied, the strength she lived by. It was about carving my own path with the roar of the engine and her lessons etched into my soul.
じゃあ私の部屋もお見せしますね。こちらから入ります。今ちょっと散らかってやばい。結構広めですね。一人部屋で、そしてそういう風に見えないかもしれないんですけれども、かなり広めで、こう机もあって、ケトルもあって、冷蔵庫、鏡となんか窓があるんですけど、窓を開くことができなくて、それだけがちょっと不便なんですけれども、あとは教会ですかね。ここにいるときは大型のお神様に祈ってるばっかりです。お願いしますと。お風呂が良くてね、こうすごい結構綺麗だね。で、ボディソープとシャンプーもつけてます。朝ごはんです。おはようございます。
Please take a moment to check out my new brand, Ogata, inspired by motorcycle designs.
めっちゃ好き。
はじめまして。
一緒に楽しく過ごさせてもらってます。
はい。
美味しいねこれ。これなんていうものなの？
カプリコっていう。
カプリコ初めて食べました。今の高校生で流行ってますかこれ？
いや、わかんない。小学生とかじゃない。
Miso soup and rice could be enjoyed 3 times a day at each meal. This is a common space inside of the school where you could study or just relax. Wow, 綺麗。
なんかもうめちゃくちゃ美しくて美しい。でもね、一日中学科がある人が海がこんな近くにあることさえ知らなくてもったいないなと思いました。
This was one of the 2 riding routes I had to learn off by heart, and I practiced even in the bath.
自動車学校とか合宿っていろいろ大変なことが、こうね、やっぱり運転の仕方であったりとか、こう一本橋とか日本の試験でしかやらないような、日本特有のスキル技とかいろいろ身につけないことが多いんですけれども、その中で、一番みんな本当に苦しんでるのはこの一本橋っていう狭くてなんかゆっくり走っていく必要がある、こう本当になんか橋とも言えないような狭い道、ちょっと上がった道のことであったりとか、スランクとかなんかこうスラロームコースとか、こういったねことを全部覚えなくちゃいけないんですけれども、すごい勉強になってるし、先生それぞれの教員たちにもだいぶ慣れてきましたので、食事とか行くときはご飯がうまいなと思いながら、友達できた友達の高校生たちとワイワイして過ごしております。そしてね、海がこんな近くにあって、こんな絶景ポイントまでに歩いていけるなんて本当に、こちらの辺に住んでる人のことを羨ましく思うほど、最高だなと思います。
Yet another day of driving. The more the days passes, the more we practice, and on some days we got to doing 4 sessions of driving a day.
今から海に散歩していきましょう。昨日からこの合宿のなんと第2段階に入った。それは急制度、左折、右折、一本橋、スラローム、SG スランク、クランク、SG クランク、断続、ハンクラッチ、そういった言葉が頭に溢れてるんですけれども、はい。でも第2段階は何かっていうと、基本的にはギザギザの道があって、立って渡らないといけないものであったりとか、なんかちょっと細かい合図の出し方とか、それについてのもの、こういった内容プラス復習極めになります。やっといろいろ分かってきたんじゃないかって思った瞬間に、合図の出し方が細かくてね、なんかこう例えば3秒前、30メートル前で同じなんか車線変更合図を出さないといけないんですけど、それが合図を出して3秒が経ってから動き始める。星垣ですね。どうした？ねえ、そっち無理ない。
Some days we got fancier meals such as udon.
検定まであと1日しかないです。緊張するね。やっぱ一本橋とかパイロンとかこう気をつけないといけないところがいっぱいあって、
This is the day before the final exam. I was very nervous, but I made sure to eat properly all the meals of the day. I went to the beach for a walk by the seaside, and I had a bath and then made sure to go to sleep really early, and I prepared all the documentation I needed for the next day. We were revealed we would have to run course B. I was ready to fail 3 or 4 times, but I luckily passed at the first attempt. If you didn't, you can stay 3 or 4 more nights at no extra charge and try again. Last but not least, there was a graduation ceremony for the people who passed the exam, followed by a thorough explanation of the best souvenirs and best ramen restaurants and best foods, and best everything that you could get at Niigata Station. That added an extra touch of Japaneseness and cuteness to this experience. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bye!